Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this wonderful um, morning. I know that I am. It's a beautiful morning. I had the opportunity to get out and go run around the lake, and it was more like jogging trial. I'm out of shape. So I got to get back into shape. And I was jogging and power walking. How about that? And I know I've been missing in action for a few days. It is because I've been working, of course. I've been working. I'm taking two different classes um, on some things that I need to. I want to. I want to do, and actually three, because I signed up for another class as it relates to my private investigative work. It's always good to be able to you know delve into quite a few um different areas as it relates to that. And then I was sitting here and I was looking at one of my favorite movies is Taken. And I think the reason why it's one of my favorite movies is because I have such a passion as it relates to that. I think we kind of got, as far as me, when we was doing those, I was doing those cases all the time. It takes a lot of manpower, a lot of hours. It's easy to get burned out, but it's definitely still a passion. And I like doing it from the administrative side now as I still work with nonprofit organizations and stuff. Even building my very own that work with young ladies who have been taken. Okay, when I say taken, I mean forced into human trafficking. So I love what I do on YouTube and stuff, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've always stayed away the from garbage, because when your energy is designated to so many other things that is productive, you don't have time to allow, you know, I guess vulturistic, if that's a word. I do know vultures to drain your energy. I don't have time for that. I have to keep my energy and stuff revived in doing those things. Um, that's my calling, and I have quite a few things that is my calling. One thing about me, I'll go take some classes. I love it. I love it. Um, that's just me. That's just how I've always been. Okay. Anyways, I wanted to get on here to talk about, before I get busy today, to talk about Young Dolls Museum is a part of Memphis in May. And I was looking at some of the advertisements and the commercials that they have been running about that, and they were saying that Young Dogs Museum will be open every, I believe, weekend starting today um, in Memphis in May, right? And that makes me extremely proud because as the elections kick off, I think we're going in the right directions with that, you know. And that's another thing we're preparing for the politicians to. I still have a TV show to come over there, and I work with some of the I work with some of the local, well, some organizations as it relates to some of these politicians that run. So they definitely come through my office, and like I said, I wanted to those that's running for reelection and those that are running to be elected. I think it would be a very good thing to just like they got up Elvis's statue. Some of these other people's statues. I think it would be really, really good to have a statue of Young Dolph, because when you think of Memphis, especially in this young, innovative culture, you think about Young Dolph, right? Young Dolph has definitely brought a lot of eyes to Memphis, made people curious, whether it was good or bad. definitely coming to the city of Memphis to spend revenues and things of that nature. He is definitely a part of Memphis. He is Memphis, right? And even though his blood was shed in Memphis, he was killed in Memphis by some haters. I'm happy that I would like for this momentum to continue on because, after his case is over, and as I've said a couple weeks ago, we're like the middle end of this case. We do know that there are, some more indictments for them to, there'll be some more indictments and things of that nature. But yet and still, we're still closer to the middle end. And the last time I had talked to somebody, they was like, well, about as far as the um, trial, and they were saying, they told me that they was looking to try to get the trial going around January of 2024, but they always tentatively set trial dates for either from January of the next year through March. They always try to reach for those dates. And with there being like over 200,000 pages and counting, we can look for the Young Doll's case to kind of stretch out if people don't start stretching out. And when I say that, I mean start taking plea deals. What do the people say now? Cop and pleas. I don't see some of them taking the risk of doing 60 years, especially with the type of information and intel and evidence that I hear that these people got. And people say, well, is their word against theirs? Well, if you're on tape, if you're on um if you're on video, if you're on recordings, you have to understand the feds are able to infiltrate organizations and things of that nature. And as I said before, I think that the FBI and the Memphis police investigators had gotten a really good start as it relates to Young Dolph's case because people knew exactly where it had came from and knew the information. Like I said, there were other people out there, and y'all have to understand, like, they still got some of those young dudes downtown in jail, right? That that's looking at serious charges that really want to get out. Okay. And they know what happened. Okay. People will talk. I don't think some of these people will have an issue um with having to go into um protective custody on the outside. I don't think, because even with them, those that agree to cooperate, they know that they can never live in that city again anyways, and they probably don't want to, right? So, the good thing about it is they got about getting what they needed. And Young Daw's case was basically already solved the night that it happened. So they could have just left him alone. And it pisses people off because I've been saying this for a year now. To hear me say that, it has nothing to do with the vloggers. It has nothing to do with anything other than great work of Memphis police investigators and the FBI. Okay. So when Chief Davis, regardless of how you feel about her, when she said last year, it has been fast moving. They knew what had happened and who was involved and the direction that it had came from the night that it happened. Now, there have been some more little twists where people have been added, you know. But hey, that's when you know the main source. I mean, all of the crumbs, all of the rest of the stuff is bound to attract and come together. And it's just amazing to me, all of the stuff that has happened, like in the midst. You think about Jeremiah Taylor. I don't talk a whole lot about Jeremiah Taylor because I was told, okay, by someone not to. And it came from, even with law enforcement, how mom, and that's where it came from, like somebody I know in law enforcement. So you have to wonder how deep that is, where they're not saying anything. And then when they ask, well, I don't think you should talk about that right now. Okay. So you have to wonder just how serious that is. Okay. But me, in my opinion, I kind of, and this is just my opinion, I don't have any facts on this, okay? I kind of believe that what happened to Jeremiah lies in that world of of him, um somebody not wanting him to clean off their mural. I don't know. But in order for someone to tell me last year, and if you notice, I have not really talked about Jeremiah. And I said this last year, I was asked not to talk about that case at this point. Um, in order to be asked, in order to say, I think you should stay away from that right now, that means that they know what has happened to Jeremiah. Okay. So, I think it's so many twists and turns. And when people say, well, if they know what had happened, how come they had not arrested nobody? Well, I can't be mad at people because they don't know anything about investigations. Everybody is not, don't, you know it's one thing to know something. It's something else to definitely to have the proof that you need to make a conviction. And if it's tied up in this young dogs world, like I believe in my spirit that it is, but I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, because Jeremiah was a masseuse, and it could have been a angry boyfriend or something. But my spirit tells me that it may be tied up in this world of young dogs situation. Um, but hey, I could be wrong, okay? Because nobody has told me, okay? All I know is what I was told, okay? And hey, I just let the investigators do their job because I know they know what they're doing. And then you think about the other young man that was sitting on the porch that was shot on the porch. Hey, hey, ain't no telling what went on with that. Okay. Why he was shot. And and because I don't think anybody other than Cornelius, and he may not have been arrested at that point when that young man that was sitting on the porch was shot. The young man that was sitting on the porch that and the white car was like two doors down, parked from his house or next door, whatever. Yeah, so you don't hear me talk a lot about that because they're very, very mum about that. You don't hear them say a whole lot about the young man Doo-Wop that's down there in Covington. That he has court dates and things of that nature, but for some reason they are kept very um private. Okay. And my friend that owns, bonding companies, he told me that he's been going to court. Um, down there in Covington. So um, I don't, but it's kept very mum, and maybe it's not that important. The news feel like, even though the car that was used in the situation with Young Dolph, the murder of Young Dolph, um, there's definitely, it seems that there's a connection. They don't really talk about when Trayon goes to court. Okay. They don't even advertise it. And for the most part, it's hard to find out, right? Anyways, so I said all that to say this. I don't know what made me do those recaps. My mind just got to going. Um, but in the midst of all of that, I was saying that to say this, it's just so many components as it relates to Young Dolph's case. And there are so many pieces of the puzzle, but we don't know what fits and what don't. We just know that there are all these pieces on the table. And for me, I don't try to force no fits. Okay. I don't try to make up nothing. I ain't gonna make up nothing. My life is already, I already have so much going on with my life and a lot of stuff that my dad left behind for us to do. Um, which I ain't complaining about because I think it's a blessing. Okay. I don't have time to conjure up any grand stories, other than when I'm, telling the stories about the three little pigs to my granddaughter and kissing her feet and stuff like that. She loved when I make up stories about that. Now that's fun, but to make up stories about Young Dolph's situation, I think is too serious of a thing, and there's no need to make up stories about it because as far as us, I think all of everybody as a whole has been able to put a piece somewhere. right? But the investigators and the FBI agents got all the pieces and they know where all of the pieces fit. They just trying to lock those pieces in so that the puzzle can never be torn apart and no pieces could ever be unlocked from the puzzle, meaning ain't nobody gonna get off. Okay. So, but anyway, it makes me happy to see, young Dolph to see young Dolph Memphis in May is making the Young Dolph's Museum a part of Memphis in May. I'm going to go. I'm not going to say what time, what day I'm gonna go, child. I'm gonna go. Okay, just know I'm gonna go one of these old weekends, and I'm gonna be strapped up, and I'm gonna make sure. But there's a lot of security around the Young Dolph's case because I do know the branch of the FBI is out there. Okay, so don't get froggy. Let these young dudes know the gang the branch of the one part of, well, it's a lot of major components in the Young Dolls case. So hey, there are different divisions in the FBI that is looking at the Young Dolls case. That's all I got to say about that, you know. But I said that to say this: don't send none of these young dudes to be out there acting a damn fool. We had killed the young dog. We'll see if we can get Key Glock and them gonna be down there. We can send out somebody's son to kill the Key Glock. These niggas in enough trouble. They need to be trying to repent and ask God to give them some grace for what they get ready to go through, because they sure getting ready to go through. You have to reap what you sow, and it has nothing to do with me. Okay, people get mad because I know. I don't know everything. Hell, I don't know what happened to Jeremiah Taylor. Hell, I don't know what happened to the young man that was sitting on the porch. I don't know what Trayon's saying. Okay. I don't know what Shondale doing. Okay. But the people know. The people that should know. And those are the trained investigators and agents. Okay. And I dare not interrupt that. Okay. But I just trust them to bring in a home run for Young Dolph's family, because even though we're the fans of Young Dolph, many were fans before, and a lot of us became fans afterwards after we had the opportunity to see he was such a philanthropist and what he was doing for the city of Memphis, and was plan what had plans to do. I feel like a young man like that, who was extremely intelligent and smart and had figured out the recipe where he wouldn't have to be a slave nor his artist, should be honored, because you don't have that. You have so many people that sell out for fame and they're enslaved for the money that they are loaned. Okay. And so for young Dolph to come out the hood and have a winner's mind like that, I really think that he should be honored. And so we're going to work to get a young Dolph that statue. Okay, if nothing else, I could try to get somebody to lock in and say it right. And so y'all knows I don't do a lot of. I don't want to scare none of the politicians off, but they've been coming through my office. You know, I was interviewing somebody the other day. They said, yeah, we be looking at your vlog. You show we know you cuss like that. So, child, I said I've always been a classy lady. So, but even when I cuss, it's classy. I told them, well, y'all been knowing I came from up out of South Memphis. Okay, but just because you come up out of South Memphis don't mean you have to be a avid cusser. But that's how I know how to cuss so good. But the only time I really cuss is when I'm mad. Okay. Um, yeah. If I go in, you have to have done something. If I cuss you out, you got to do something to me, because I don't cuss people out. You know what I mean? I don't get down like that. If I cuss you out, you've done something to me. Okay. And like I was telling that person, anybody can attest, you'll cuss a nigga out in a minute. Okay, for doing something to you. That's what people do when they're angry. Okay. Some these folks need to be cussed out. All right. Some people sometimes you have to. Some of these folks, they like to hold stuff in. And sometimes you will sleep so good at night if you go ahead and cuss them out. And sometimes after you cuss them out, you could be if his family or something like that, y'all can go ahead and be the best of friends. Okay. Again. But yeah, Young Dolph's Museum is a part of Memphis in May, and that makes me very, very proud. Like I said, I'll be rolling in there, but I do know that it's gonna be tight security. Don't send nobody's kids out, CMG. Don't be sending nobody's damn kids out to go shoot up nothing, because I promise you, you're gonna be giving them a death sentence. And I know a lot of these young dudes look at this live. Don't let them do it. You're not going to get to spend the money. If you knew the type of security that was around that museum, the type of undercover security, okay? And even if they don't kill you, and they are going to kill you if you come down there with a gun and thinking you're going to spray something out, you will never see the light of day again. And you won't spend no motherfucking money anyways, okay? So I'm telling these OGs with your pitiful asses, don't be sending out nobody's mentally ill child to go and try to do anything. Okay, to with this Young Dolph Museum. Young Dolph was great, and he's still great. Okay, so hey, haven't y'all been seeing how these folks been spinning the block on y'all asses? Leave everybody else out of it. These folks gonna have to stop doing anything for a dime. These folks on these people's asses. If you ain't involved in this, do not let nobody pull you in this Young Dolph's case, because the feds is spinning the block on them. They gonna tell you that they mad. That's the reason why they'll dangle some money in your face. Don't do it, okay? But anyways, I'm proud. I'm happy, about that. Today is the first day, so that makes me extremely happy. Like I said, I'm gonna go one of these days. It'll be in Memphis the whole month of May, for Memphis in May, and I think that is absolutely wonderful. Okay, young dudes, do not get froggy. Do not do this to your mothers. You ain't gonna get to spend no money. I'm telling you, them folks is down there deep undercover. They gonna kill you. If you come down there thinking you're gonna spray something out, you will not see any money that these niggas dangling over your eyes, because you ain't gonna live to see it. Them folks gonna take you up out of here. And I'm talking about them alphabet boys that's down there up undercover, and all them federal entities. Stay off of the drugs. Okay? Try to get yourself clean and stop doing anything for money. Get paid, but get paid the right way. Okay? And these OGs, God is going to start. That's the reason why a lot of them got diabetes and glaucoma and heart trouble and all of that. They on their last damn legs. Cataract all in their damn eyes. Can't get no damn heart up because they nature gone, because they on all kinds of blood pressure medicine. Okay? Because of the evilness that they're doing. All right? It's a darn shame before God what these old niggas doing. Then they get mad at folks because they chose to get on to snort cocaine and get on powder and stuff at 50 years old. Nigga, you 50. Get your ass off of drugs. Just say no. I hear was just trying it. You knew when you got on drugs when you was 40 years old. You already knew what was going to happen when you started snorting cocaine. Hell, you came from the era where they said just say no. And then you want to experiment with something, and then you mad at the world, want everybody else to destruct. I don't feel bad for these old niggas because they know better. I'm a black woman. I can say it. I don't pet nobody and pamper nobody, okay, that know better. But see, that's what these women do. They finesse them for their money. Well, he had a hard life. We all had a hard life. Tell that nigga to get up off drugs and stop sending these young dudes out. Tell them what they doing ain't right, but these women tell them that whatever they do is right, because all they want is some money anyway. Say, what if I say something? He ain't gonna get my nails done. They some cheap. Okay. I ain't gonna say what I was getting ready to say. But these folks is wrong. Let these folks honor Young Dolph in peace, and let these young dudes live. And these old fools too, because some of these old fools crazy. Yeah, I had one and did it, man. Yeah, man, I went and did it, man. I had to let God know, man, that I had his back 100%, man. Nigga, you 38, 40, 45, 50 years old. You got 10, 12 kids, nigga. You talking about you spending for somebody and you got a woman at home. Talking about you went and did that for Gotti. Yeah, I went and sprayed it up, man. Mental illness is running wild, okay? It is. I ain't get ready to get on them like, cause see, it's early. It's 11 o'clock. I ain't gonna get on them like I could. But y'all, make sure if you're in the um, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi area, even Alabama, okay, yeah, come to the Young Dolphs Museum. Everyday Memphis inmates show young Dolph some love and take pictures. And when you go to the museum and you take pictures and stuff, and send me an email of the pictures, and I'll do a video of do like a collage, and do like a video and put the video up on my page. How about that? And edit it, okay? I'll do that, but I'm definitely going. I ain't gonna say, like I said, I ain't gonna say what day I'm going, child, because these folks crazy. I had hated her. You know, it's a damn shame when men want to spend on women. They think it's okay to spin on a woman, but when they gay, they ain't got no issues with it. When they undercover, don't get mad at me. Live your damn truth. See, a lot of these men get mad at these women because they want to be able to live in they undercover gay, and they mad at women anyway, so they saying she can give more dick if she want to, and I have to be on the cover with mine. Go suck as much wing as you can hold, because they get mad at women because she's freely sucking dick, but I don't suck nothing. I mean, I ain't got nothing against nobody that do, but I don't suck. Okay, so don't get mad at me. Okay, now but I do like Peter. Okay, I do. I got kids. I just have to put that out there. When it's, it's, I do. Okay, and I can enjoy it. But some of these people mad at women because they feel like they can freely enjoy Peter, and they got a wife at home who they don't want. They about to beat her to death. They about to strangle her out. I don't know why he beat on me, because he want a man. Leave that woman alone. Keep your hands off of him and go get you a boyfriend, and live in your truth. We're in a day and time, age and time now where people living in their truth. Go ahead. I know it's a lot of gay thugs. Hell, because anytime you think that it's okay to sleep with a man that dressed like a woman, and you think that you are not gay, it's something mentally wrong with you anyway. So still a man. So go ahead and live in your truth. And let that woman go on about her business before you kill her for not having a wing. You mad because she got a vagina and not a wing, okay? Then you mad at other women because you feel like they enjoying the wing, okay? All right. And you can't enjoy it out in the open, okay? And let these young dudes see. I said that to say this. These people got so many mental issues that they want to self-destruct. I can't understand why these folks, they got a whole damn West Memphis, Arkansas bridge, and Memphis bridge with and all they got to do is go jump off of it, and self-destruct. But instead they want to inflict pain and stuff upon other people. They want to see them in pain and all that instead of go killing themselves. Okay. See, when Lord, I was about to get into some stuff, because see, when these folks are so evil, okay, I don't never feel sorry for, when people say, well, they was just going through something when they do that, kill their families and then kill themselves. They should have just, if they had just killed themselves first, I mean, all this other stuff, folks wouldn't be going through a lot of the hurt that they go. I'll say in a minute that they should have just killed themselves first. Hell. But instead, they want to inflict pain on everybody else. I'm hurting, so I want to see my whole family dead, and then I kill myself knowing that they're not going to go on with their lives and be happy. This is the mindset of people. That's the reason why they kill young Dolph. They're miserable, a lot of these folks. And they couldn't stand to see the young man happy and being a father and all that. And so what they want to do is send out some of these young dudes, okay, that's already on powder and all of that. Okay, they snorting everything, powder, heroin, they on pills, and they say they on, they think they too good for crack. Hell, in the crack era, the folks that do crack, be better off than these folks. I've been saying that. I was ready to say on cocaine, but they can't afford no damn cocaine. These broke junkies. Okay. But they own everything. And so they go get these young dudes that already have and girls who already have mental issues. And then mental issues coupled with these drugs, where it's rat poison, all kinds of shit in the drugs, it makes them crazy. Just like that guy, I can't think of his name, that was running around here shooting up folks. And now he, like they say, he's sitting over in the jail now looking like a lame now that he done detox. I can't think of his name, the child's name, that was walking into the stores and stuff shooting the folks. Okay. But they go and use folks like that. So let Young Dogs Museum, y'all make sure y'all go down there. It's gonna be heavily secured. I can promise you that. Okay. And let these young folks juke. Let these young folks live. Don't send them to their deaths going down there to that museum, where it is nothing but undercover agents and police officers waiting. Okay. All right. But anyways, you guys, y'all make sure y'all go on down there, go on and go to the museum and show Young Dog some love. And like I said, I'm gonna go. And I'm very proud. I'm very happy, that they're doing this for Young Dog. But let him be great in his hometown. They just had to take him out in his hometown. Young Doc was living in Atlanta. He was living in Atlanta, where a lot of these dudes that has been accused of being involved, that have not, the real masterminds, because we know Quit ain't. Okay. Where some of these real masterminds was living at. Young Doc had been living in Atlanta for a few years. I wonder why they decided to wait until he got home to Memphis to take him out. Right? It was wrong to take him out either way. Okay? But it makes you wonder. He's still the king. Let him be honored peacefully. Okay? Let him be honored peacefully. Because contrary to what one may believe, Memphis loved Young Dolph. And he's still the king. Okay? I don't know nothing about no Elvis Presley. To me, Elvis Presley married a 14-year-old girl. I don't crown a pedophile as a king. But Young Dolph was truly a king. Okay? And even in death, he still is. Okay? All right, you guys. I know I went all around. We done talked about a whole lot of stuff. I ain't been on here in a few days. So about 3 days. So I had to, y'all know how we're gonna do a live though. We're gonna get down tonight. So Cypress, I already know. I'm letting you know we're gonna do a live because y'all Cypress have me so tickled. That is ridiculous. Okay. So y'all make sure y'all be on tonight when I get through doing what I need to do. I got to write a paper. I told y'all I'm taking about 3 classes, child, but I love taking classes. And then I got a new case, but I don't start that until Saturday. But anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you tonight.